What if I told you that the entire universe is not made of matter, not of energy, but of information? Beneath the swirling dance of atoms, beneath the hum of electricity in your brain and the quiet beat of your heart, there exists something more fundamental. An ancient, ethereal code written into the fabric of existence itself. Information, not just as numbers or data, but as an organizing principle. A secret architecture guiding the stars, shaping consciousness, and scripting the very destiny of your soul. This isn't just about science. This is sacred. Hidden within the algorithms of our reality is a forgotten language. A language that speaks not through words, but through vibration, frequency, pattern, and intention. From the lost libraries of Alexandria to the cryptic symbols etched into temple walls, mystics and sages have whispered of this knowledge, long before it bore the modern name information theory. But why does this matter now? Because you are not a passive receiver of information. You are a transmitter, a co-creator. Every thought, every emotion, every belief you hold is a signal sent into the ether, echoed back to you in the mirror of reality. Your mind is an interface, your heart an antenna, and the universe, it's listening. In this video, we journey beyond the sterile confines of binary code and mathematical formulas. We uncover the esoteric roots of information, how ancient wisdom traditions intuited what science is only now beginning to measure. We explore how the manipulation of information shapes perception, bends reality, and even alters timelines. And most importantly, we reveal how you can master this force, how you can wield the sacred art of information to awaken, align, and ascend. So take a breath, still your mind, and prepare to enter a hidden dimension that connects physics to metaphysics, logic to spirit, and self to source. Because once you understand the true nature of information, you'll never see reality the same way again. Because a true understanding of information is power. And throughout history, information has been weaponized. Secret societies, empires, and priesthoods guarded this knowledge, not to enlighten the masses, but to control them. The mysteries of language, symbol, and number were veiled behind ritual and doctrine. The truth was never lost. It was encrypted. Even today, the digital world mirrors this age-old battle. Algorithms shape our thoughts. Data is the new currency. And yet, the ancients already warned. Those who control information control reality. But here lies the paradox. While modern systems seek to trap you in informational noise, the ancient teachings invite you to rise above it, to see beyond the signal, to perceive the pattern. And when you do, you begin to reclaim your rightful role, not as a consumer of reality, but as its conscious architect. The question is no longer, what is information? But rather, who are you when you remember the code? Long before Claude Shannon formalized information theory in the halls of Bell Labs in the 20th century, ancient civilizations were already speaking its language, though they cloaked it in symbols, myth, and mysticism. The Hermetic philosophers of Egypt taught that all is mind, that the universe itself is a grand mental construct. What is this, if not the earliest hint at the informational nature of reality? To the Hermetists, every object, thought, and experience was a manifestation of a deeper pattern, an encoded frequency vibrating from the divine source. They believed that to understand these patterns was to access the creative code behind all things. In the East, the Vedas spoke of Akasha, the fifth element, an etheric substrate that holds the impressions of every event, every thought, every possibility. It was described as a cosmic record keeper. Today, we might call it the universal data field. The Akashic Records, in mystical lore, function as an eternal database that transcends time and space. Mystics could read these records and retrieve information not from the past alone, but from parallel futures and unseen dimensions. The Taoists of ancient China went even further. They viewed the universe not as a machine, but as a living system of feedback loops, yin and yang endlessly exchanging information through polarity and balance. The I Ching, or Book of Changes, is essentially an ancient binary system comprised of 64 hexagrams that eerily resemble the building blocks of DNA. Coincidence? Or did these sages perceive the informational code of life thousands of years ago? In Kabbalistic thought, the universe was spoken into existence through the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, each representing a vibrational essence. These weren't just sounds. They were informational archetypes, containers of divine will. The Sefer Yetzirah, or Book of Formation, describes creation as a process of permutation and recombination, much like programming or encryption. So why has this knowledge been hidden? At its essence, information theory deals with the transmission of signals across space and time. But strip away the cold mathematics, and you'll find a profound spiritual truth. Life itself is a conversation between silence and signal, between the known and the unknowable, between the finite mind and the infinite source. Claude Shannon, the father of modern information theory, discovered something incredible: that every message, word, every thought, every impulse can be reduced to binary code. A series of yeses and nos, ones and zeros, presence and absence. Is it not poetic that the same duality that governs light and shadow, birth and death, also governs how meaning travels through the void? But here's the esoteric revelation. This binary is not merely technological. It is existential. Think of your consciousness as a transmitter. At every moment, you are sending out a signal. Your beliefs, your focus, your vibration. The universe, like a perfect cosmic receiver, responds not to what you say aloud, but to what you are consistently broadcasting within. Now consider this. Information is not just data. It is the difference that makes a difference, a change that alters perception. When a single bit of information enters your awareness, an insight, a realization, a sudden knowing, it can shift timelines, dissolve fear, or awaken an entire spiritual path. This is not mere computation. This is revelation. In ancient initiatory schools, the journey was always structured as layers of encoded truth. The unworthy or unready could hear the same words, but gain no wisdom. Why? Because information requires context. Without the right inner state, even the highest truth sounds like noise. This is the concept of entropy, a measure of disorder. The more entropy in your system, meaning distraction, confusion, fear, the harder it becomes to receive the pure signal of higher consciousness. But when the mind is still, when the inner chaos subsides, you begin to perceive something extraordinary. That meaning isn't something you create. It's something you decode. And the universe, all this time, has been sending you messages. Every synchronicity, every dream, every gut feeling was a packet of divine data waiting to be read. This is why the mystics meditated in silence, why the yogis retreated into caves, why the prophets fasted on mountaintops, not to escape the world, but to tune into the signal behind it. Just as Shannon's theories require a channel to carry a message with minimal distortion, your consciousness, too, must become a clear conduit. The noise of the world, the endless stream of digital distractions, opinions, and emotional static, corrupts the channel. It fractures the clarity of your inner guidance. But when you cleanse the channel, when you reduce inner entropy, you don't just hear the universe, you understand its language. And what is that language? It is a pattern. It is vibration. It is intentionally encrypted as energy. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into the paradoxes, myths, and hidden meanings embedded in information theory, from the illusion of randomness to the secrets of divine compression, and the real reason the ancients wrapped their truths in stories and symbols. To the untrained eye, randomness appears as chaos, but the sages knew better. What we call random is often a pattern too complex for the mind to grasp. In the realm of information theory, randomness is not disorder. It's maximum information density, a message so intricately packed that it resists simplification. This is where we encounter the sacred principle of compression. Claude Shannon posed a profound question: how efficiently can a message be sent? And this leads us to a revelation with roots far older than modern science. The ancients compressed wisdom into symbols, myths, and rituals, formats that seem simple, yet unfold layer upon layer as your understanding deepens. Take the Om mantra in Hinduism, a single syllable, yet within it lies the birth, life, and death of the universe, a compressed carrier of cosmic information. In technical terms, compression removes redundancy, the unnecessary fluff. Spiritually, this is purification, shedding the non-essential, distilling the message of your soul into something the universe can recognize, respond to, and reflect. But here's the paradox. The more you compress, the more powerful the signal becomes. In mysticism, this is why initiation requires silence, solitude, and sacrifice, to compress the soul into a diamond of clear intention. When your energy is scattered, you become noisy, unreadable. But when your intention is focused, purified, and repeated, like a mantra, it gains weight, gravity, presence. Now consider Shannon's channel capacity, the idea that a system can only handle a certain amount of data before it starts losing information. Doesn't this mirror the human psyche? Too many inputs, too many thoughts, opinions, emotions, and we become overwhelmed. Our signal distorts. Truth gets lost in transmission. This is why ancient teachings emphasized stillness and simplicity, not as moral rules, but as engineering laws for spiritual transmission. Let us now explore another dimension: redundancy as protection. In cryptography and data transmission, redundancy is added not to bulk the message, but to protect its core in case parts are lost or corrupted. This is why ancient myths repeat themselves across cultures: Egypt, Sumer, India, and Mesoamerica. They encoded the same truths multiple times in different masks, ensuring their survival through the noise of history. And here lies a divine strategy. The truth hides in plain sight, like a divine error-correcting code. The sacred story repeats itself in your dreams, your life patterns, your inner voice, until you finally recognize the message and reclaim the lost information. This brings us to another hidden key: entropy as evolution. In information theory, entropy isn't just chaos. It's a measure of uncertainty, and thus potential. When a system has high entropy, it means there are many possible outcomes, many paths the message could take. Now pause and think spiritually. When your life enters chaos, what is truly happening? You are in a high entropy state, a condition of maximum potential. The more uncertain things seem, the more the universe is offering you the raw material to shape your destiny. This is not something to fear. It is something to master. The mystic sees entropy not as decay, but as the divine offering of choice. A field of infinite outcomes waiting for a signal, your intention, to collapse it into form. And this leads us to perhaps the deepest secret of all. Information is not just sent, it is requested. Every question you sincerely ask sends out a vibrational signal. And every synchronicity, every intuitive nudge, every sign that follows, is the universe responding with its encoded reply. This is not superstition. This is cosmic communication, a spiritual application of Shannon's channel. Ask, and you shall receive, not because of blind faith, but because the universe is wired to answer questions of focused intent. In the final layer of this exploration, we'll now look at how to apply these truths, how to ritualize your signal, protect your mental bandwidth, and use the sacred mechanics of information to become a clearer, more powerful transmitter of destiny. Now that we've uncovered the secrets of information flow, it's time to harness this power in your everyday life. The universe speaks through subtle energies, but the key to understanding it lies within your consciousness. Let's explore a few practices that will allow you to attune yourself to this cosmic rhythm. 1. Master the art of attention. In the realm of information, what you focus on grows. Just like a master artist paints with intention, you too can craft your reality. Start by practicing selective attention. Choose what to focus on and let everything else fade into the background. When negative thoughts or distractions arise, Let them pass like clouds in the sky. Your energy will go where your attention flows, so direct it toward what serves you. 2. Visualization. The sacred tool now. Dive deeper into the art of visualization. Imagine your desires as already fulfilled, not in the future, but as present realities. Feel the emotions of success, peace, or love, as though they are coursing through your being right now. This alignment with the present moment rewires your vibrational frequency, signaling to the universe that you are already in possession of your desires. 3. Rituals of repetition. The subconscious, as we've learned, doesn't question reality. It absorbs what you repeat. Harness this power by integrating rituals into your daily life. Whether it's through chanting affirmations, meditating on a particular intention, or writing your goals in a sacred journal, repetition engraves your desires into the very fabric of your being. Every morning, declare what you are becoming, and every night, feel the transformation as though it's already here. 4. Sensory immersion. Engage your senses in a ritual of alignment. Surround yourself with symbols, sounds, and smells that resonate with your desired outcome. If you want abundance, place golden symbols around your home or listen to frequencies that encourage prosperity. When you immerse your environment in these energies, you deepen your connection to the universe's flow. 5. Trust your inner guidance. Perhaps the most powerful tool is trusting your inner guidance. Throughout the day, you'll encounter subtle nudges, an impulse to reach out to someone, an intuitive knowing of which path to take. These are not mere coincidences, but the universe speaking to you through your higher self. Practice listening without judgment. Follow what feels aligned, and you'll find that the universe will begin to mirror that energy back to you. By integrating these practices into your life, you become an active participant in the cosmic dance of creation. You are no longer just a passive observer of life. You are shaping your experience, directing the flow of information, and conversing with the universe in a language far more ancient and powerful than words. As we draw this journey through the hidden corridors of information theory to a close, one truth becomes undeniably clear. The universe, in its infinite complexity, is not merely a place of matter and motion. It is a vast, interconnected web of information, a living symphony of energy and consciousness, where every thought, every action, every pattern of data resonates throughout the cosmos. The elements of information theory are not just abstract concepts. They are the very language through which the universe communicates with us, urging us to understand its mysteries more deeply. The ancient sages, the philosophers, the mystics, those who ventured beyond the veil of the visible world, were not so different from the scientists of today. They too sought to understand the flow of information that governs our reality. They understood that to truly understand the world, we must not only see it, but feel its pulse. The quantum leaps of understanding that modern science takes are nothing more than the rediscovery of truths that have always been hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to awaken to them. Now, as you carry this knowledge with you, consider this. How does the information you consume shape your reality? How can you harness the unseen forces of data, energy, and consciousness to manifest the life you desire? The universe speaks to us in ways that are both profound and subtle. It's time we learn to listen, and more importantly, to understand the language it's using to communicate with us. We are not merely passive recipients in this cosmic dance. We are the creators, the transmitters, the receivers. The secret is not just in the information itself, but in the way we decode, absorb, and transform it. So as you step back into your world, remember this: information is not just power. It is the very fabric of existence, the matrix through which the cosmos unfolds its mysteries. Now that you know how to read its language, what will you create with it? The choice, dear seeker, has always been yours.